Have you ever wondered if your most trusted breakfast companion, the humble egg, might be hiding a secret? For generations, we've been told it's nature's perfect food, a nutritional powerhouse that builds muscle, sharpens the mind, and fuels our day. This belief is deeply ingrained in our culture, a comforting truth passed down from grandparents to parents to us. A simple, wholesome anchor in a world of increasingly complex and often contradictory dietary advice. Especially as we cross the threshold into our 60s and beyond, a period of life that calls for mindful self-care and nutritional wisdom, a simple, protein-rich egg can feel like the most reliable and comforting way to start the morning. It represents a return to basics, a connection to a time when food was just food, uncomplicated and nourishing. But what if I told you that for millions of well-intentioned individuals, this daily ritual, this cherished moment of morning solace, is quietly backfiring in a profound and insidious way? The problem, surprisingly, isn't the egg itself, with its beautiful golden yolk and pristine white. The fault lies not in its inherent nature, but in a series of small, almost invisible mistakes we make in our own kitchens, day after day. These seemingly harmless habits, often learned from our own parents or adopted for the sake of convenience, can systematically transform this veritable superfood into a silent saboteur. This transformation is not dramatic or sudden. It is a slow, creeping corruption of the egg's benefits, contributing to a host of ailments that many people simply accept as an unavoidable part of aging. The stubborn, smoldering fire of chronic inflammation, the alarming creep of rising cholesterol numbers on a lab report, the persistent dull ache in the joints that makes a simple walk feel like a chore, and that frustratingly pervasive brain fog that clouds your day, stealing your clarity and focus just when you need it most. This isn't about fear-mongering or creating anxiety around one of nature's most affordable and accessible foods. It's about empowerment through knowledge. You are about to discover the 5 critical yet commonly overlooked errors that could be turning your healthy breakfast against you. More importantly, you will learn the simple, actionable, and empowering fixes that will reverse this process, ensuring that every single egg you eat from this day forward works for you, not against you, helping to build a more resilient, energetic, and vibrant version of yourself. Get ready to rethink everything you thought you knew about your morning staple and reclaim its full, unadulterated power. The unquestionable power of the perfect egg. Before we delve into the common pitfalls that can undermine its goodness, it is absolutely essential to build a deep and thorough appreciation for why the egg has rightfully earned its stellar reputation in the first place. It is not hyperbole to call it nature's multivitamin. Think of a single large egg not merely as food, but as a meticulously packed nutritional treasure chest, a self-contained life support system designed to nourish a growing life, which in turn can profoundly nourish ours. Within its delicate, porous shell lies a wealth of biological riches. The most celebrated of these is its protein content, which amounts to roughly 6 grams of the highest quality, most bioavailable protein available in any food. This isn't just any protein. It serves as the fundamental building blocks for literally every structure and function in your body. As we navigate our 60s, 70s, and beyond, our bodies naturally face a gradual, relentless decline in muscle mass, strength, and function, a condition known as sarcopenia. This age-related muscle wasting is a primary driver of frailty, increased risk of falls and fractures, and a loss of independence. The high-quality protein found in eggs becomes your single most important dietary frontline defense against this decline. It provides the essential materials needed to repair and maintain the lean muscle tissue that grants you the strength and stability for everything from carrying a heavy bag of groceries and climbing a flight of stairs to joyfully lifting a grandchild into the air. Beyond just muscle, eggs are a complete protein source, a title reserved for foods that contain all 9 essential amino acids: histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine. These are the vital compounds your body cannot synthesize on its own and must acquire directly from your diet. They are the essential non-negotiable crew members required to run the incredibly complex machinery of your body, responsible for everything from hormone production and immune response to neurotransmitter synthesis and tissue repair. The benefits, however, extend far beyond protein. Eggs are exceptionally rich in a nutrient called choline, a true unsung superstar for cognitive function and overall health. Choline is a critical component for building the membranes of every single cell in your body and, most famously, for producing acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that is absolutely indispensable for memory formation and recall, mood regulation, and fundamental muscle control. For anyone over the age of 60 looking to keep their mind sharp, their thoughts clear, and their precious memories intact, a diet rich in choline is a non-negotiable ally in the fight against age-related cognitive decline. The vibrant golden yolk holds even more treasures. It is one of the best dietary sources of two powerful antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin. These remarkable compounds are selectively taken up by the eyes and accumulate in the retina, specifically in the macula. Here, they act like a pair of internal sunglasses, absorbing and filtering out damaging high-energy blue light from the sun and digital screens, thereby helping to stave off the devastating progression of age-related macular degeneration and cataracts, two of the leading causes of vision loss in older adults. With a composition of virtually no sugar and a healthy dose of beneficial fats, eggs are also a fantastic tool for maintaining stable blood sugar levels, preventing the dramatic energy spikes and subsequent crashes that can leave you feeling drained, irritable, and craving unhealthy snacks throughout the day. So if the egg is truly such a nutritional masterpiece, a perfect package of life-sustaining ingredients, why do some people report feeling bloated, stiff, foggy, or generally unwell after eating them? The truth, as we are about to uncover, lies not in the food, but in the seemingly innocent habits of its preparation, the hidden inflammation in your frying pan. Let's begin our investigation with the most widespread and consequential mistake, one that happens silently in kitchens across the country every single morning with clockwork regularity. You reach for a skillet, turn on the stove to heat it, and instinctively grab your go-to cooking oil. For a vast majority of us, this means a large, economical bottle of generic vegetable oil, corn oil, soybean oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, or perhaps a convenient non-stick cooking spray whose primary ingredient is one of these oils. These fats are the undisputed staples of the modern kitchen. They are inexpensive, universally available, have a neutral flavor, and we've been conditioned for decades by marketing and habit to use them without a second thought. Herein lies the enormous hidden problem that turns a healthy egg into an inflammatory trigger. These highly processed seed oils are overwhelmingly, catastrophically high in a type of polyunsaturated fat known as omega-6 fatty acids. Now, it's crucial to understand that your body does require some omega-6s to function. They are not inherently evil. The problem is one of extreme imbalance. The modern Western diet has created a nutritional disaster, skewing the delicate ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids to a shocking degree. Our ancestral diet is thought to have had a ratio of roughly 1.1. Today, we are consuming, on average, a ratio of anywhere from 15.1 to as high as 25.1, a massive surplus of omega-6s compared to the calming, anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids found in sources like fatty fish, flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. Imagine your body's inflammatory response system as a finely calibrated seesaw. Omega-3 fatty acids gently push one side down, producing compounds that resolve inflammation and keep your body in a state of calm balance. Omega-6 fatty acids, on the other hand, are precursors to arachidonic acid, which pushes the other side of the seesaw down, producing pro-inflammatory signaling molecules like prostaglandins and leukotrienes that promote and sustain inflammation. When you crack your beautiful, nutrient-rich eggs into a skillet glistening with a pool of omega-6 heavy oil and cook them over high heat, you are not just cooking breakfast, you're aggressively and decisively tipping that biological seesaw towards a state of chronic, low-grade inflammation. This is not the acute, helpful inflammation you feel after an injury, which brings healing cells to the area. This is a slow, smoldering, systemic fire inside your body that over time can contribute to the stiffening and aching of your joints, the dangerous buildup of plaque in your arteries, atherosclerosis, insulin resistance, and an overall feeling of puffiness, fatigue, and discomfort. For seniors, whose bodies are already working harder to manage the natural increase in inflammatory processes that comes with age, a phenomenon known as inflammaging. This daily dousing of the flames with inflammatory oils can be particularly detrimental, accelerating the very conditions they are trying to prevent. The solution is not to stop frying eggs, but to make a simple, game-changing switch in your cooking fat. Opt for heat-stable, anti-inflammatory fats that support your health instead of sabotaging it. For gentle scrambling or low-heat frying, cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil is an excellent choice, rich in heart-healthy monounsaturated fats and powerful antioxidant polyphenols. For higher heat frying, avocado oil is a superb option due to its high smoke point and neutral flavor. And do not shy away from traditional fats like grass-fed butter or its clarified form, ghee. These provide healthy saturated and monounsaturated fats, along with beneficial compounds like butyrate and conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, without fueling the destructive fire of omega-6-driven inflammation. This one simple swap can transform your morning meal from an inflammatory liability into a truly healing experience. The classic combo that cancels out the good, their characteristic pinkish color, and prevent bacterial growth. While these compounds are relatively inert in the packaged product, the problem arises when they are exposed to high heat during cooking, such as frying in a pan. The combination of high heat and the naturally occurring amines in the meat's protein creates a chemical reaction that forms a class of compounds called nitrosamines. This is not a trivial concern. Nitrosamines are recognized as potent carcinogens, meaning they are directly implicated in causing cancer. This link is so strong and well established that the International Agency for Research on Cancer, a branch of the World Health Organization, has definitively classified all processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen. This places it in the exact same category of risk as asbestos, alcohol, and tobacco for its proven link to colorectal cancer. When you place a perfectly cooked, nutrient-dense egg next to strips of crispy bacon, you're essentially inviting a known, dangerous troublemaker to your breakfast plate, one that undermines your health goals with every single bite. The good news is that you do not need to sacrifice a savory and satisfying breakfast experience for the sake of your health. The solution lies in creative and delicious substitution. Instead of processed meat, try pairing your eggs with creamy sliced avocado, which is not only delicious, but is also full of heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, potassium, and beneficial fiber that supports digestion and heart health. Another fantastic option is to saute a colorful and vibrant mix of vegetables like spinach, mushrooms, onions, and bell peppers to serve alongside or within your eggs as an omelette. This not only adds wonderful flavor and texture, but also floods your body with a powerful dose of vitamins, minerals, and disease-fighting antioxidants. For that savory, salty kick you crave, try adding a side of black beans, seasoned with cumin, smoked paprika, and chili powder, or perhaps a small portion of smoked salmon, which provides those crucial anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. These intelligent swaps not only eliminate the significant harm posed by processed meats, but actively enhance the overall nutritional value and health-promoting power of your morning meal. Breaking free from the breakfast rut. This next critical mistake is far more subtle and insidious than the others because, on the surface, it seems like a virtue, consistency. You have discovered a breakfast that you enjoy, that fits within your budget, and that is simple to prepare. Perhaps it is 2 scrambled eggs made with a pat of butter, served alongside a single slice of white toast and a cup of coffee. You stick with it religiously, day in and day out. It is affordable, it is predictable, and it eliminates the need to make a decision first thing in the morning when your energy may be low. The problem is that while a comfortable routine can be psychologically soothing, nutritional monotony can lead to significant and detrimental imbalances over the long term. Your body, and especially an aging body that requires more targeted nutritional support, thrives on a diverse and varied array of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytonutrients to function optimally. By eating the exact same meal every single day, you're not only severely limiting the spectrum of beneficial nutrients you consume, but you're also potentially overdoing certain elements while completely neglecting a host of others. For instance, while the dietary cholesterol found in nutrient-dense egg yolks is not a significant concern for most healthy individuals, consuming it every single day without adequate soluble fiber from other sources like oats, beans, or certain fruits and vegetables can contribute to elevated LDL, bad cholesterol levels in some genetically susceptible people. Furthermore, a monotonous diet starves the trillions of beneficial bacteria living in your gut. A healthy gut microbiome, which is now understood to be central to immune function, mood regulation, and overall health, requires a wide variety of different types of plant fibers to flourish. Feeding it the same limited sources day after day can lead to a less diverse, less resilient gut ecosystem. Consider the story of Sophia, a 73-year-old retired teacher who cherished her morning ritual of 2 scrambled eggs on a piece of buttered white toast. It was her comfort food, a quick and satisfying constant in her life. But after nearly a year of this unvarying routine, she found herself feeling persistently constipated. Her energy levels were at an all-time low by midday, and her latest blood work from her annual physical showed that her cholesterol and inflammatory markers were creeping up into a concerning range. Her doctor, looking at her food diary, immediately pointed out that her breakfast, while containing valuable protein from the eggs, was sorely lacking in dietary fiber, folate, magnesium, potassium, and a whole host of other critical micronutrients found in a more varied diet. Sophia did not have to give up her beloved eggs. She simply needed to invite more players onto her breakfast plate. She began a conscious effort to rotate her breakfast menu, letting the eggs be the constant star, but changing the supporting cast. On Monday, it was 2 hard-boiled eggs mashed with avocado and spread on a slice of whole-grain seeded toast. On Tuesday, she made a vibrant omelette packed with leftover sautéed spinach, mushrooms, and a sprinkle of feta cheese. On weekends, she took a few extra minutes to bake a batch of egg muffins loaded with grated zucchini, chopped bell peppers, and onions, which she could eat for the next couple of days. By introducing this simple variety and consciously pairing her eggs with fiber-rich and nutrient-dense foods, the changes were remarkable. Her energy soared, her chronic constipation resolved completely, her digestion regulated, and at her next checkup, her cholesterol levels had stabilized beautifully. The lesson is crystal clear. Let your eggs be the star of a rotating cast of healthy, colorful characters, not a lonely solo act performing on the same stage every single morning. The refrigerator mistake that puts your health at risk. This particular mistake is one of the easiest and most common to make, yet it is also one of the simplest to fix. Despite its simplicity, it carries a significant health risk, particularly for older adults whose immune systems may not be as formidable or resilient as they were in their youth. The issue revolves around the seemingly trivial matter of improper egg storage. An eggshell may appear to be a solid, impenetrable barrier, but it is actually a marvel of natural engineering, covered in thousands of microscopic pores that allow for the exchange of gases. This semi-permeable nature means it can not only lose moisture over time, but can also absorb strong odors, unwanted flavors, and, most alarmingly, harmful bacteria from its immediate environment. Recognizing the egg's central role in the kitchen, many modern refrigerator manufacturers have designed a convenient, molded plastic egg compartment, built right into the refrigerator door. To the average consumer, it may seem like the perfect designated spot, offering easy access and neat organization. In reality, it is unequivocally the worst possible place to store your eggs. The refrigerator door is, by a wide margin, the warmest part of the appliance and the area most susceptible to dramatic temperature fluctuations. Every time the door is opened and closed throughout the day, the items stored there are exposed to the warmer ambient air of your kitchen. This constant cycle of warming and cooling creates an ideal breeding ground for harmful bacteria like Salmonella to multiply should they be present on the shell. A perfectly healthy-looking egg, if stored improperly, can become a vector for contamination. For a healthy young person, a foodborne illness like Salmonella might result in an unpleasant day or two of digestive distress. For a senior, however, it is a far more serious affair. A Salmonella infection can lead to severe dehydration, debilitating cramps, high fever, and may even necessitate hospitalization. In some cases, it can lead to dangerous complications like bacteremia when the bacteria enter the bloodstream, or reactive arthritis, a painful condition that can persist for months. Tom, a vibrant 75-year-old grandfather who loved to cook, learned this lesson the hard way. He always kept his eggs in the convenient compartment on the fridge door for easy access when making his signature pancakes for his visiting grandkids. After one particularly busy afternoon of running errands, he accidentally left the new carton of eggs on the kitchen counter for a couple of hours before remembering to put it away. That evening, the whole family enjoyed a festive breakfast for dinner. By the next morning, Tom was battling severe chills, violent stomach cramps, and persistent nausea, while the younger family members were unaffected. His doctor confirmed it was a case of salmonellosis, most likely stemming from the eggs that had been subjected to both temperature fluctuations in the door and being left out at room temperature for an extended period. The fix for this dangerous mistake is remarkably simple and requires only a tiny shift in habit. Always store your eggs in their original cardboard carton. The carton not only protects them from being cracked, but also shields them from absorbing the odors of other foods in the fridge and provides a printed expiration date for reference. Most importantly, place this carton on a main shelf in the coldest part of your refrigerator, which is typically the middle or lower shelf towards the back. This tiny adjustment in your kitchen routine is a powerful and free form of health insurance, safeguarding you from a preventable and potentially serious illness. Turning a superfood into a stressor, the overcooking trap. The final common mistake we will explore involves what happens in those last few crucial minutes before the egg hits your plate. The pervasive and often unintentional habit of overcooking. Many of us, in a rush to get breakfast on the table, cook on high heat to get the job done quickly. We fry our eggs until the edges are dark brown and crispy, and the yolks are cooked completely solid. We scramble them until they are dry and firm. While this might be a textural preference developed over a lifetime, this combination of high heat and long cooking duration can seriously degrade the egg's exceptional nutritional value and can even create new, harmful compounds that were not present in the raw egg. When you expose the delicate fats and cholesterol in egg yolks to very high temperatures, especially in the presence of oxygen, a process called oxidation occurs. This damaged or oxidized cholesterol is structurally different from its natural form and is far more problematic for your body to process. These oxidized cholesterol particles, or oxysterols, are known to be highly inflammatory and are now believed to play a significant role in the initiation and progression of atherosclerosis. They can contribute to the formation of dangerous plaque in your arteries by triggering an inflammatory response within the arterial walls, essentially turning a healthy food into a substance that can stress your cardiovascular system. Furthermore, high heat is the enemy of many of the egg's most delicate and valuable nutrients. It can destroy a significant portion of the heat-sensitive B vitamins, particularly thiamine, B1, and folate, B9, which are crucial for energy metabolism and cellular health. The all-important, brain-boosting nutrient choline is also susceptible to degradation under intense heat, as are the vision-protecting antioxidants lutein and zeaxanthin. By cooking your eggs aggressively, you are effectively burning away some of the very nutrients that make them so beneficial. Mona, a 69-year-old with a sharp sense of humor, took great pride in what she called her crispy-edged volcano yolk fried eggs. It's how her mother had always made them, and the crispy texture was her favorite part. Yet she frequently complained to her daughter about post-breakfast digestive unease and a persistent sense of mental fogginess that often set in shortly after her meal. Her nutritionist suggested that by blasting her eggs with such high heat, she was not only creating irritating oxidized compounds that could be upsetting her digestion, but was also destroying the very choline and B vitamins that could help her feel sharp and energized. Skeptical but willing to try anything, Mona made a simple switch to a low and slow cooking method. She began making her scrambled eggs over medium-low heat, stirring them gently and frequently, pulling them off the heat just before they were done to let the residual warmth finish the cooking. The result was a soft, creamy, and custardy scramble, unlike anything she was used to. For fried eggs, she used a lower flame and a lid on the pan to gently steam baste the top, cooking them just until the whites were set, but leaving the yolks gloriously runny and full of liquid gold. The change in how she felt was almost immediate and undeniable. Her digestive issues vanished, the frustrating brain fog lifted, and she discovered a newfound appreciation for the rich, delicate flavor of a perfectly, gently cooked egg. The takeaway is to treat your eggs with the finesse they deserve. Cooking methods like poaching, soft boiling, or scrambling on low heat preserve their nutritional integrity and ensure that you get every single ounce of goodness they have to offer, turning your breakfast into a truly nourishing and healing ritual. Embracing eggs the right way. As we have seen through this detailed exploration, eggs are undeniably one of nature's most complete and beneficial foods. Their potential to support our health, strength, and cognitive vitality as we age is nothing short of immense. They are an affordable, accessible, and powerful tool in our nutritional arsenal. Yet, as we have uncovered a series of 5 common and seemingly innocent mistakes, cooking them in pro-inflammatory seed oils, pairing them with harmful processed meats, falling into a rut of nutritional repetition, storing them improperly in the fluctuating temperature of the refrigerator door, and finally, destroying their delicate nutrients by overcooking them at high heat, can systematically turn this health hero into a hidden liability. These habits can quietly strip away the benefits and introduce elements of harm, contributing to the very health issues we are trying to avoid. The true beauty of this knowledge, however, lies in its simplicity and accessibility. Every single one of these errors is easily and immediately correctable through small, mindful, and intentional changes in your daily routine. It is about making conscious, informed decisions in the kitchen. It is about the simple act of swapping the bottle of vegetable oil for a bottle of extra virgin olive oil. It is about replacing the morning bacon with creamy slices of avocado or a handful of vibrant spinach sautéed into your omelette. It is about the creative joy of diversifying your plate, moving the egg carton from the door to a shelf, and embracing the gentle art of turning down the heat on your stove. These simple tweaks do so much more than just make your eggs safer. They elevate them, unlocking their full nutritional potential and, in many cases, making them even more delicious and satisfying. You do not need to fear eggs or relegate them to a sometimes food. You simply need to respect them for the nutritional powerhouse they are and handle them with the care and wisdom they and your body deserve. Take a moment to think about which of these habits might be a part of your own kitchen routine. There is no need for a complete overhaul overnight. Just pick one to change this week. Perhaps tomorrow, you will try scrambling your eggs low and slow with a bit of grass-fed butter. Your body will thank you for it, with more sustained energy throughout the day, calmer digestion, and a clearer, sharper mind. When you crack open an egg tomorrow morning, you will no longer be operating on autopilot. You will be armed with the knowledge to transform it from a simple breakfast into a true cornerstone of your vibrant health and longevity. And just as you begin to master the art of preparing the perfect health-promoting egg, be aware that your pantry may hold another secret. There is another beloved breakfast food, eaten by millions of seniors every single day under the guise of being a heart-healthy choice, that may be secretly draining your energy, spiking your blood sugar, and fueling the same fire of inflammation you are now working to extinguish. Stay tuned to uncover what this ubiquitous pantry staple is, and more importantly, how to make it work for your health, not against it.